This week we are looking at rhythm and some basic strumming patterns. Some of them you'll already know, in fact, some of them you'll probably be really familiar with. So what we're going to do is break down 8 really common strumming patterns from easiest to the most difficult, and we're going to understand a little bit more about why it's so important to play in time and understand a little bit about what those musical notes mean as well. For this video, there is a song sheet on my Buy Me a Coffee page with all of the strumming patterns, the way they're broken down, how to count them, top tips on your technique and how to play them, and also how to practice them in a group setting as well. You can also get the MP3 tracks so that you can practice playing along and gradually building in that muscle memory for that strumming hand. Why is strumming so important? Because a lot of the time we are so focused on this hand, and this hand kind of just does its thing. Now you can get away with that, especially in a group. However, the more you know about the right hand and the more that you understand how important this right hand is, the better you're going to become as a performer and a ukulele player. When you strum with the right hand, really important to focus on the timing and the rhythm. That's what helps keep the music in flow. That's what helps everybody stay all cohesive as well. The drummers are really important for keeping everybody in time, but you are also important as the rhythm player to keep everybody in time as well and make sure you follow a consistent, smooth rhythm. This is super important as a group because when you start playing cohesively as a group and you all strum at the same time and play the exact same strumming pattern at the same time, it will transform your performance and make your group sound so super tight, as it's really letting you experience the flow of the song. You can really indicate the feel of a song by how you strum it. You could strum C, G, F, C with down strums, or you could So I'm doing the exact same thing with my left hand, but just changing what I do with my right hand, my strumming hand, or vice versa if you're left-handed. Let's have a little look at how to strum and how to physically do it. Now, lots of people develop their own technique and you will find something eventually that just works for you. Then I normally use my fingers, the very tips of my fingers here. Careful not to strum too hard as you will potentially hurt your nail beds a little bit. So here. And we just go down, up, down, up. Notice how there's a bit of a flick. So flick down, flick up, down, up, down, up, down, up. If that's quite tricky at the beginning, you can use just your thumb and finger, but try and use the pad of each. So the pad for the thumb, the pad for the finger. Okay? And we just go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Like so. So you've either got the hand, the fingers, It's entirely up to you, but I do encourage you to try different ways, different methods of how to do this as well. For the next 8 examples, we are going to look at how you strum them with down ups, how they break down into a count of 4, and also what the musical notation is. We are going to use the C chord for all of these examples, just to keep it nice and simple and so that we can focus on this hand. Number 1, as you can see, we have 4 musical notes. They all represent one beat. And in music, most of the time, not all of the time, because there are different ways to count, but a lot of the time we count in 1, 2, 3, 4. All of the examples that we've got today are all going to be within a count of 4. So as you can see, there's 4 one-beat notes, and we strum 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, 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 down. One beat, one beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So number 2, we are going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this time, instead of one beat, we are going to chop those in half, and it's half, 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 half. You can see the little musical symbols for that below. Instead of having 4 notes, we still have 4 notes, but they have been split in 2. Then we're going to strum down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, 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 down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and half, 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 and 2 and 3 and 4 and stop. The next few examples, we are going to use a combination of these notes. There might be some 1-beat notes and there might be some half-beat notes in there as well. And that will depend on how we strum down and how we strum up. Number 3, this time you can see, we're going to strum down, 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 down. Are we ready? 2, 3 on C. So down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So we have 1 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat, half, half. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Number 4 is slightly different again. This time we're just going to move where those 2 half beats are and we're going to play them on the 3 and this time. So as you can see the notes below, 1 beat, half, half, and 1 beat. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's number 4. So just a little bit different. The next one we're going to try, which is number 5, we're going to add in more of those half beats. So this time we're going to strum down, 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 up, down, up. 1 beat, half, 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 half. 1 on the C chord, 3, 4. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And number 6, we are going to play down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we're adding in an extra strum this time. Are we ready? On the C again. 2, 3, and 1, down, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you can make up your own variations of this. I encourage you to use the notes. See if you can write it out with the notes, write it out with the downs and the ups, and write it out with the numbers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just to really get it in here, and saying it out loud will help too. We're now going to introduce another little musical note. So as you can see in example number 7, there's 2 little symbols we've not seen in there. There's a little 1 beat looking note thing with a little flick off the end. That just represents half a beat. So those 2 half beats that you've seen together, it's as if you just pull them apart and split them apart. So that's half of a beat. The other little thing you see that looks a little bit like a tadpole with the circle, and then it comes down, the little line that comes down, that is a half of a beat rest. So that means that you don't play anything for half of a beat. So let's have a look at this example. It is a little bit trickier. This is us starting to venture into new territory, but you've probably already played this strumming pattern before. This is just putting some meaning behind it and helping you to understand the musicality behind it. So number 7, we are going to play 1, 2, pause and 4, and 1 and 2 and pause and 4, and down, down, pause, up, down, down, pause, up, down, up. So 1 and 2 and then there's a little pause that would have been the 3rd beat, and then we play and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and pause and 4 and. So number 8 is very similar to number 7 with one small difference. We're still going to miss out that third beat, but this time instead of playing 1, 2 and 4 and, we're going to play down, down, up, pause and 4 and. Down, down, up, down, up. The good old island strum, the go-to, the usual strumming pattern that we all know and love so well. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, and down, down, up, pause, up, down, down, up, pause, up, down, up. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and down, down, up, down. So those are 8 strumming patterns. We played them all really, really slowly, and it was more so that you could understand how they are counted and how they make sense rhythmically. When you practice these individually or in a group, start with one strumming pattern at a time and use one chord only. When you start changing chords straight away when this isn't comfortable, it then just becomes really messy and can be a little bit frustrating. So make sure you practice one chord and practice one strumming pattern over and over, starting slowly and then gradually building up momentum. This is if you're solo or in a group. To really help you ingrain it, always write it down. Write down the musical notes so that you start to get those in your head. Write down the timing and write down the downs and the ups. It might help to write out 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up underneath, and then using like a process of elimination to figure out where you're playing. This might seem a little bit daunting and tricky at first, but it's a really good way to challenge yourself and really get you in the mindset of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when you're playing. When you're strumming, singing along in a group on your own, you probably don't really want to be thinking about that. But after a bit of time and once you've gotten used to it, before you know it, it's like a little timer metronome that just ticks away in the back of your head that constantly keeps you in flow. Once you've built this up, you can try and add different chord changes in, and you can start really having a bit more fun with it. And once you really understand the structure, that's when you can really start to have some fun with it. Especially if you're playing in a group, we're working on the left hand, we've been spending a lot of time giving some variations here. It's really important to keep this hand simple, but the more cohesive you are here, the more nice and sweet and beautiful this part is going to sound. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Those are 8 basic strumming patterns that help you make sense of rhythm. I hope you have found this very helpful and useful, and if you'd like to find out more, you can check out the theory song sheet with all of the strumming patterns on them, written out structurally with lots of top tips to help you with your technique, and you can get the backing tracks as well to the C chord for you to practice playing along with nice and slowly just while you get used to it. Thank you so much for watching this video. We will be coming back to more on rhythm and structure very, very soon. Leave me a wee comment, don't forget to subscribe if you really enjoyed this, and I will see you the next time.